Hold up. Not Wendy Williams backing Sharina against Kevin Hunter. Who would have thought Wendy would be backing Sharina after Sharina literally destroyed her marriage? I don't know if what Wendy went through these past few years has made her more empathetic because, girl, something ain't right here. If y'all remember, Sharina was throwing all kinds of shade at Wendy back when she was enjoying those alimony checks with Kevin. Well, guess what? Ever since those checks stopped coming through, her and Kevin's relationship went down the drain as well. She is now in multiple credit card debts. She had to move back to her mama house, and Kevin has reportedly stopped taking care of her and their daughter. Yup, he left her high and dry just like he did Wendy. The difference is, Wendy had millions in her bank account. Sharina has nothing to her name. This messy triangle started back in 2019 when Wendy decided to officially divorce her cheating ex-husband, Kevin Hunter. This man didn't just cheat on her. He had a whole child on her and was using her money to secretly take care of both Sharina and the kid. You cannot make this up. Apparently, he had been seeing Sharina behind Wendy's back for 10 years. He even bought a $765,000 house just 9 miles from Wendy's home. According to Wendy herself, she knew Kevin was cheating, but she made it very clear to him that she would clock out the moment the disrespect went public. She was willing to put up with it to keep their family together, but once word got out that Kevin had a whole child with another woman, she drafted up those divorce papers and didn't look back.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager. And then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day. I'm having this side girl for almost 15 years of our marriage. I've known about her almost since the beginning. I've known that Kevin is a serial cheat. The first time I found out was while I was pregnant with our son on bed rest. During that time, I gave birth to him. He was in the delivery room. You'll see that play out in the movie. He's passing out cigars and you know, my wife and I, you know, little Kevin, who's not so little anymore. He's 20 years old. I plotted to divorce Kevin and I sacrificed a lot of myself to come out successful on the other side.
Unfortunately for Wendy, divorcing Kevin was the least of her problems because a whole load of BS came along with it that she didn't expect. She was ordered by a judge to pay alimony to Kevin after their divorce, which ultimately became his main source of income. According to court documents obtained by Page 6, Wendy had to pay Hunter an eye-watering $250,000 to help him secure a new home following their split. Furthermore, she would continue to pay for his health insurance policy under her plan. Oh, and let's not forget the $12,000 monthly alimony payments. Kevin and Sharina were living their best life with Wendy's money, while Wendy was still struggling with her health and barely even able to work. Sharina opened several businesses, which all failed miserably, using the money Wendy was giving Kevin. Kevin also put Sharina through school to be a massage therapist, opened a kiosk for her at a mall in North Carolina, and also helped her set up a jewelry and clothing line online called Vish. Kevin also did his fair part of wasting Wendy's money by opening a barbering shop, which also failed. What Kevin didn't know was that Wendy was finding her way around those ridiculous payments, and soon enough, it all stopped. You see, there was a clause in their divorce that said the alimony payment should be stopped if Wendy's yearly earned income is less than 2 times her then yearly salary. And that's exactly what happened when Wendy's show got canceled. In fact, Kevin got over $112,000 in bonus payments because at the time Wendy's show was canceled, Wendy had already automated his payments with her bank, so he kept getting paid for months after her show was canceled. But despite all that, he still had the audacity to drag Wendy to court, claiming that the alimony payments were his only source of income. In court documents obtained by the U.S. Sun, he was quoted saying, "I have fallen behind on most of my bills. I currently live in a community that requires payments to the Homeowners Association, and I'm behind on that bill. If the Homeowners Association fees are not paid, foreclosure will soon follow." He also added, "My car insurance hasn't been paid as a result of not receiving monthly severance payments. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended. My life has been greatly affected since the plaintiffs stopped making payments under our settlement agreement." This man is really a clown. He and Sharina were living off Wendy's money and didn't think to save a dime because they thought Wendy would keep clearing those alimony checks every month. Kevin's finances only got worse from here. He ended up selling that $700 house for $1.2 million. But guess what? That was still not enough because this man was deep in debt. He even got sued by UBS Bank for failing to make payment on his credit card debts worth over 5 figures. Kevin also reportedly took out a loan from a company called Flex Wealth to pay for 2 luxury cars, which he hadn't paid back. He was also caught up in a legal battle with Essential Insurance Company for failing to honor the claim over the damages to his Ferrari. Now, this is where Sharina also comes in. It wasn't just Kevin getting dragged left and right by these banks and insurance companies. Sharina was also stuck in debts, including defaulting on a TJ Maxx card. Do you know how down bad someone needs to be to get into this situation with TJ Maxx? TJ Maxx actually sued her for maxing out her $3,000 TJ Maxx card and failing to pay back. Around the time all this was happening, Wendy was asked if she felt bad about what Kevin and Sharina were going through, and she said no. During an interview with OK Magazine, the interviewer asked her if she believed this was Kevin and Sharina's karma, and she reportedly said she had been smiling since she had the news of Kevin going broke. But word on the street is Wendy might be having a change of heart, specifically about Sharina and her daughter, Journey. Yep, the same child Kevin had on her when they were married. I mean, Wendy actually can't help them now even if she wanted to, because she isn't free from her guardianship yet. But according to sources, she allegedly doesn't like the fact that the poor little girl has to struggle just because her parents treated her like trash. Wendy reportedly plans to help Sharina and her daughter once she's out of her guardianship. But for Kevin, he can rot in hell. It looks like he'll be drowning in debts for the rest of his life because Wendy has no plans of lifting a finger to help him. One person said, Kevin shouldn't have got a penny out of that divorce. He violated the marriage vows. She didn't owe that man. Another person said, all Kevin had to do was be a good husband. That's all. He had one job and he could have stayed rich. But no, he had to get a side chick and start a family with her on his wife's dime. Kevin and Sharina deserve each other and whatever they get. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Kevin and Sharina going broke? And do you really think Wendy will be helping Sharina like folks are claiming? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.